Good evening, fight fans. Welcome to another great episode of Headkicks and Haymakers. I'm your boy, Bodkins, and of course, with me is my brother from another, Mr. Bobby Blunts. Bobby, we are still 2 weeks away from our next Saturday, so not really 2 weeks, so a week away. Till the next pay-per-view, the first MMA fights in 6 weeks, but the news keeps on coming. Pulling out of that fight we heard today was Kayla Harrison, neck surgery. Her and the Amanda Nunes fight is now postponed. Your thoughts on just the postponement, the injury, and everything else?
Definitely a bummer. I think a lot of people were looking forward to it. Placement on the card kind of irrelevant, but a lot of people were excited they finally got this done. So it sucked. I saw it this morning, kind of circulating before it got like super broken. And at first I thought it was more kind of like a troll thing, but then it looked like kind of a legit and normal report. And when they mentioned the neck, that is kind of something you just throw your hands up at, because especially they confirmed she had surgery. So, they're saying the recovery is like 6 months, which sounds pretty optimistic in my opinion. But, definitely a blow. But fortunately, the card was actually put together with some effort because it was the first card on Paramount. So it will still be an entertaining card as a whole. But, I already see like people like trying to fill in and stuff to tweet and all that. I would just say postpone it. If Amanda Nunes is not fighting Kayla Harrison, I'm not, really clamoring to see her fight. So I would just wait. I don't see what they have against it to wait. I mean, I get the aspect of if Amanda was really ready and she wants to like get a fight in, but I don't know. Just know.
Yes, versus Dumont.
I don't know. I just don't really. I would prefer them to just like mix Dumont up with someone else or something.
You don't want to see Pena Nunes 3?
Absolutely not. That's one that they didn't call for. That we don't really need the trilogy of that. And like the fight, I think that is a dangerous fight for Amanda coming off a layoff. It's not like it's just going to be some like cake layup. So we're so close to like getting what we wanted. I would just say wait, because knowing how this game works, when they have someone else like come in to fight, it never works out the way you want it to. So I would just punt it and revisit it in 6 months.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you there. If I'm going to play it two ways. If you know that, I mean, that's 6 months, right? 6 months. That's, I think, just to start training. So she would need another 2 to 3 months after the 6 months. Like now we're talking, MSG, like November or so. I think that would be the best card other than the White House card to put that fight on. As we know, they love to do big things in New York, but man, that is a while. Is Amanda ready to kind of postpone that even further? That's the match we all wanted to see, like, right? That's not match, but the fight that we all wanted to see. Like, we've had circled since the announcement. It was going to, Kayla Harrison's my female prediction for female fighter of the year. Like, this is all in jeopardy, and you just hope like her career is in jeopardy. We're talking about the neck. So like sometimes when you get surgeries on the neck, like that's it, right? Like, especially for somebody like Kayla Harrison who relies on her strength and those types of things. So like, you want to see her come back. Hopefully she's healthy. I do want to see Amanda, if Amanda Nunes wants to fight and wants to fight in 10 days, Juliana Pena is the play to go, though. Who's gonna talk and hype the fight up more than anybody than Juliana? Now, it doesn't look like Amanda's going to do that. So it looks like she's wanting to postpone it. Like I think she specifically kind of came back for Kayla in a legendary fight. So we don't really have to worry about Amanda Nunes. But Bobby, let me ask you this: just a little bit ago, Amanda Serrano has raised her hand into fight Amanda Nunes. Are you interested in seeing Amanda Serrano versus Nunes?
No, I mean, I said last week that I would, if she wants to fight an MMA fighter, why don't you fight Dakota Ditcheva? You could probably, not probably, you'll definitely make more money doing that too. So,
if I'm Paramount though, and I've seen all these weird shows that Netflix is doing on all these, weird side quests and all these, Mike Tyson and Paul fights and all this, and they've seen Amanda Serrano fight. Like, I'm telling Dana White, get it done today. If I'm CBS,
and Dana White will be like, sorry, boys, she's with MVP. And and obviously they've like considered that. So, and it would kind of be interesting if you want to play that card of it, of where does CBS kind of like, what kind of power do they have and stuff?
Yeah.
Because I think because like here's the elephant in the room. Like everyone was all like salty on like the lack of enthusiasm from Dana in the announcement yesterday. The more I'm thinking about it, I think he literally just found out that Kayla was out.
Yeah.
And
you know what? That's probably true.
And it's he not only he's testifying in front of a judge in a few weeks. So, I mean, he's got his mind, kind of focused on that too. But just like seeing how the news, like when that news broke, it kind of painted the picture a little bit more for like yesterday's announcement. Because I think like the IG Live link even like went dead. And I think
his phone died.
Yeah. Or he because like if you go back and watch that video, it feels like a man that just found out that one of the main fights for the first Paramount deal is out. And it's quite ironic that and they had issues when ESPN originally started with the same thing, and they ended up landing on their feet fine.
That's probably why the announcement took so long, right? Like,
yeah.
Because like everybody's like, we waited 12 hours for this. Like he was probably going to do it sooner, and then he gets the Kayla Harrison news call, and then he just like tries to make all these phone calls, and this person, and then like, sir, somebody has to like walk up to him, remind him to make these fight announcements. Like, Dana, they've been waiting 10 hours. Dana.
Yeah. And
shit, I got to do the stupid IG Live video. What were the damn fights again? That's what it looked like.
And this like may also be copium for sure on my part, but maybe he also pulled a lot of stuff back. It was just like, well, I got to give him something. Let's announce just Izzy and Pyfer because we know that one's kind of good to go.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like a whole separate discussion, but since we were talking about Caleb pulling out, because the original person that broke it was like last night at like 5:30, and that's kind of another point. Like, is this almost not like a little bit of a blessing in disguise that this is happening? Because this is going so under the radar that we were aware that the fight was off for like 12 hours and no one even picked it up. Like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty bizarre for like, the quote unquote biggest women's fight in history,
That's true. And I was thinking like while I was watching the CBS games, I didn't see like a whole lot of UFC promotion. You know what I mean? It's like not on the.
I did.
I didn't see it like in a box or anything. Yeah. Just like maybe a few commercials, but not. I don't even think.
So that was the reason I remember it is because that was the game Romo was calling. Because
Yeah.
the fucking Josh Allen glazing, like you know what you're getting into for 60 minutes of him. But it was kind of interesting. Like even when they pulled it up on the broadcast, and the two broadcasters were talking about it, like in between ad reads, they were talking about it being back-to-back cards, and they were referring to Justin and Patty, and then Volk and Diego. There was no mention of the co-main event until they like went to the actual graphic to show the card in another promo. So I think they should kind of take this as a blessing in disguise, and it gives them a little bit more time to build it up, because for how big it was supposed to be, that fight particularly, out of all the fights on the card, just felt so flat. And I knew it was the one we were looking forward to the most. But so yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it plays out.
And we'll get back to the fight itself that he announced and some other bits, Bobby. But I don't want to leave our guest waiting any longer. Welcome back to the program. Number 12 ranked a UFC a lightweight, former title challenger, possibly getting his red panty night, on the White House lawn, Mr. Iron Mike Chandler.
Good to be back on Headkicks and Haymakers. How are y'all doing?
Mike, we've missed you. It's been a while. What can you tell us about some maybe this fight news? Is it finally happening?
I'm happy to confirm that I believe it is 100% happening. I can assure you that I believe it's happening. Yes.
So you can confirm that you are going to be fighting on the White House lawn against the notorious Conor McGregor?
As far as what I believe in my heart and what my Lord and Savior tells me, yes.
Okay. All right. We're finally. How excited are you about it? Are you already training for it?
Well, I'm never not training, and I'm grateful to be joining the show, coming off a big win in Real American Freestyle, of course. And yes, I think that event is going to be a big celebration. The country has never been more united, and I think everyone is going to enjoy seeing the greatest athletes on planet Earth compete for the highest prize. And gold would be nice, of course, but barring that, I think this is the fight that everyone truly wants, and it is going to be my ticket back to UFC gold.
Yeah. Mike, you mentioned RAF. What did you make of the scenes from this weekend? And Bobby, I also wanted to get your opinion, but we'll ask the RAF wrestler himself of Colby kind of digging at Mr. Bo Nickel, and Luke Rockhold was chiming in as well.
Yes, well, that's what Colby does. He's a professional chirper at this point, but RAF is great. It's great to see wrestling as its own martial art. It's something that I don't make as much use of in my UFC career as certainly others. And yeah, it's great to show people what I'm capable of when there is a different rule set in place. Go ahead.
I was going to say Armin Sarukian challenged you, I believe, to an RAF match. Is that something you're interested in?
Absolutely. Now, I think you have to respect his activity levels, given that he has basically been kept from fighting in the UFC. Not, he could be doing more to show that he is ready to compete in the UFC again, other than, one thing he's doing right is staying as busy as possible. Now, will he actually make it to the fight? Is he going to have, I heard y'all discussing earlier on the show tonight, just the issues surrounding Kayla Harrison. And, I wish her well. I hope she gets well soon. But you got to think, as much as Armin has had troubles making it 2 fight day battles with the scale could be part of that. Internal battles with demons, throwing headbutts. Who knows what's going on inside his head, whether he's throwing it or not. So, yeah, I would absolutely, take him down over and over again in RAF. But would I love to face him in the UFC? Of course. I think he is destined to fight for, if not win, gold. And, the seeds have been planted. The rivalry is brewing. After I dispatch Conor McGregor, I would love to fight or wrestle Armin Tsarukyan.
Okay. Bob, you got any questions for Iron Mike Chandler?
So you think Conor is going to fight again?
Like I said, I believe in my heart of hearts, when I consult with my higher power, we are both in alignment that Conor McGregor will absolutely not back down from the greatest comeback in combat sports history. I think the only way to say it is it's the only fight that makes sense in the lightweight division. It's never been, it's crazy things are happening in our division. And if there's one thing that everyone has agreed on, it's that Iron Michael Chandler should be fighting Conor McGregor. You see the face-off in my picture here tonight. It was written. There's only one fight to make: Occam's razor versus complexity bias.
Did they give you any type of jump-off date or anything? How does it feel compared to the first time when you were kind of waiting around, waiting for it to get booked, compared to now?
I feel nothing, which is to say it's absolutely happening, and I am numb to any possibility that eclipses my hopes and dreams of the positive vision of the future. Hope that's clear enough for you.
Good. I hope it works out for you, Mike.
Mike, you're kind of getting up there in age. Are we? How many fights we got left? How many fights we got left after Conor?
Well, I should say, Bodkins, no hard feelings held by me, not one to hold a grudge. But I believe the last time I was on your program, you urged me to retire. So here I am, coming off 2 attempts to be great and victory in RAF. And we're still going. So I'd say, conservatively 8, in my heart of hearts, 10 to 12 more fights. Easy.
Okay, 10 to 12. And speaking of the last time you were on, it was after the Patty loss. Obviously, he is taking on Justin Gaethje next Saturday, another guy you have history with. What's your thoughts on the main event for the interim lightweight title?
Like I said, it has never been messier in the lightweight division, the greatest division in the UFC. There's a lot of work to be done to reestablish order of some kind. I think it's a great fight. Justin and I fought a fight of the night. Patty, made quick work of me, not gonna lie, but lessons were learned. And Patty's a big boy, so I think Justin's got his work cut out for him. He's getting up there in age as well. I will be interested to see which Justin we see. Are we going to see the Trevor Whitman style, fighting behind the jab, sticking and moving, or are we going to see the Justin Gaethje who fought me, who's going to be throwing rolling thunder, fighting as if he has an infinite health bar? So we'll see. I'm not sure that which Patty we're going to see either, but man, it's a great fight. I think it's 2 fighters who are absolutely deserving of the lightweight title. Again, never had any problems missing weight, mysterious injuries the week of the fight, curious decision making as far as throwing headbutts. And I think in many ways the winner of that fight should be preparing to fight Armin, but you never know. You never know what's going to happen.
What about Ilya?
Well, look, I don't want to speak on another man's business, but I do not think we will be seeing Ilya at least for a year. I think serious stuff is happening there. That's just my guess, and I think he's making the right decision. to do right by his family, and I wish him well. You know, yeah, it's he is not on my mind in terms of someone to face, and that's not because I'm not gunning for gold. I think I think it'll be some time before he comes back, and I would not be surprised if we see him come back his return fight at 170 pounds. That's just my guess.
Okay. Who wins, Patty or Justin?
My heart says Justin. My head says Patty. I do think we are in for a fight of the night performance, and yeah, I just hope we get at least 3 rounds out of those boys.
Yeah. You didn't tell us who wins though, Mike.
Head says Patty.
So you're on the Patty train.
That feels like a strong way of putting it, but yeah, I think Justin could absolutely do it.
From what I recall, the last time you guys fought, he was riding you like a train.
All right. Listen. Come here to be nice. You know, we're throwing barbs. Bonkins, I did want to say, you know, I've never noticed or really appreciated that your intro to this show is actually one of my greatest highlights ever.
It is, Mike. We're Missouri kids together. That's why.
Absolutely, yes. And I just wanted to say, you know, I know the Packers are looking for a new kicker. That's my audition tape. Okay, I throw a great kick.
Well, you do. We could have used you. Mike. We could have used you. We could have used that front kick on Sunday. That's for sure. Hey,
I'm wrestling now. I don't think there's anything wrong with you know, playing a couple games. It's a short season. Get back in the UFC. It's a new era, baby. So let them know.
It is. Thanks, Mike. Bobby, any last questions before we get Mr. Chandler out of here?
I mean, you seem to definitely be throwing a lot of shade towards Armin, but at the same time, I do appreciate that you seem to acknowledge that he should be kind of the rightful number 1 contender down the line. So I do think it's admirable for you saying that you would fight him. So kudos, Mike.
Thank you, Bobby. Yeah, listen, I mean, to me, just between us, he's almost like the John Jones of the lightweight division. He's so good, he can't get out of his own way. Like, it's not the skills, it's not the in-cage product, it's everything outside. He's a loose cannon. He's, you know, he's a bad guy, and you never know what's going on with him. I don't know where his heart is at. I don't know, you know, if he's going to be doing a food vlog the week of the fight. I don't know where his head is at, but I cannot deny the skills in the cage. And, you know, if he wants to test the skills on the mat, let's see. But yes, I would absolutely fight him. And I'll continue throwing shade and shame his way. So thank you. Bobby, any thoughts on RAF while I'm here? I'm curious what you think of the product.
I've enjoyed it quite a bit, actually. You know, Armin was quite impressive coming in there. I know Bo Nickel ended up not wrestling just because of Yoel not making weight, so that was kind of a letdown. But at the same time, I like what they're doing, giving you know, different athletes opportunities, especially some of these UFC guys to come in and make a quick buck and stuff. And I think it's something that could definitely grow in time. The only it being behind the paid platform is a little annoying, but you kind of got to get in where you can fit in, I guess. But if there was one matchup I'd want to see, it would probably be Bo Nickel versus Armin there. I think that would just be a lot of scrambles. So we'll see what they end up doing. But I think he's going to be going back in February, and he was telling me that they offered him you. So we'll see if that fight gets made down the line.
We shall see. And listen, I'll wrestle Bo too, but keep an eye out for what's next in RAF and UFC from old Iron Michael Chandler. See you at the top.
Thanks, Mike. You're the best. Speaking on that RAF, Bobby, I do think they do a good job of like getting like the big names, right? Like it's names we know, I think, and it's names you want to see.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic the way the Bo fight fell out, because last week I was saying, why isn't this the main event? And then it turns out Yoel didn't make weight, so the thing fell out. So, but yeah, it is. It's cool that the UFC's, allowing these guys to kind of do whatever there. And, Chael's on the broadcast, so they got similar people. But it is cool to just kind of give the freestyle wrestling a platform like that. And I'm hoping, because especially with how much the matchmaking seems to be trying to go away from like dominant wrestlers and stuff
Yeah.
like that, I do hope this people like watching this and stuff, it will eventually make the grappling in the UFC more kind of digestible to the people that don't enjoy it. Probably a pipe dream, because most likely those people aren't even watching it. But they could be bringing it. I know Yoel, after his last performance, brought in a lot of attention of some
Yeah.
people that weren't sold on it before, and now they're tuning in. So I think if they keep going with that format, it could definitely work. And though Armin is not have a fight booked with the UFC, he's been kind of, blown up with popularity and stuff. Like, it almost seems to be a real benefit for them to, bring him back, and he'll wrestle anyone. So I myself will easily be tuning in for that. So I think over time they're gonna bring in kind of more people. I don't think much of Aiden Ross, but he was streaming at that event. So, I mean, that's kind of bringing younger eyeballs on it and stuff. So, I definitely think they got a formula for success, and it's a hell of a lot interesting than, power slap. So,
Yeah, to me, like, that's right. It's like that's the sport that Dana probably should have invested in, is like RAF and instead of like power slap, because like that would make sense, right? They already have an avenue there. I am interested in it. It's to me, it's like I said, it's like they're getting the names right, and they're getting like names you want to see and people you want to see, and that's what like draws you in. Even like somebody like a Bo Nickel or Gable Stevenson and those guys, like like while they're not like former MMA champions, but they're like big names, and they're big names in the wrestling community as well. And they've had quite a few of those guys where it's like, oh yeah, this guy was like a all-American wrestler. Like, yeah, I want to tune in. I want to see him, go up against this person. So to me, they're doing a great job in matchmaking and getting names for people to want to tune in. But you're right. They got to get rid of the paywall and all that stuff and put it on something different.
yeah, I mean, I think the main reason they probably did that is because that was like the best slot they could kind of get. Because I think it's like on Fox Nation, but since that's like a streaming app, they want to be like putting content on there that people are going to be coming back for. So that, TV deals aren't the hardest, pretty hard to come by these days. That's why definitely really got to give LFA credit for locking down that Vice TV deal. I saw a lot of people like kind of shitting on that, but it being on network television is like a huge thing. So, they're only on their 5th event, so I definitely could see that kind of being in the cards when the demand and popularity kind of got there a little more.
Yeah. At this past one, Colby Covington, we talked a little bit about with Mike Chandler going back and forth with Bo Nickel, but he also said he's moving to middleweight. That doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me if he does do that, because those dudes are monsters, and to me, Colby was a lightweight wrestling in welterweight, much less trying to move to 185.
To me, it's not too shocking, just from the pure fact of, for some reason, he's still ranked at 170. And we know that like list of there's not many people he's signing up to fight in that division. He'd kind of more maybe fight some of the guys like on the back end and stuff. But there's no way he's going to be fighting like a Michael Morales or even a Prates where he would have favorable wrestling. He's not going to take any of those young bucks. And
Yeah, no.
I literally didn't even know what to do with Kobe. Like I had no I kind of considered him like semi-retired. Like we knew he would fight eventually, but it wasn't really on the mind. I don't know if this was deliberate with him in the trash talk with Bo Nickel, but now that fight makes a lot of sense. And especially if he's talking about going up to fight Bo Nickel, you can sign me up for that. I mean, I would have to say it's still a winnable fight for him. I don't think he'll be too outsized, especially against Bo's already kind of a smaller 185er. But at the same time, I don't buy that he's going to take it. But, not to talk about the White House event, but that seems like a shoo-in, Like
yeah, I think to me it may like I think it was deliberate him talking shit to Bo Nickel like that. I mean, Colby say what he want, but he's pretty freaking smart. You know what I mean? Like that's how he came. That's how he stayed in the game, right? By cutting a promo when he was about to get cut to make it. You know what I mean? So he knows that he's a character, and so I think he's smart enough to try to deliberately poke at Bo Nickel, who is sitting around that whatever range, 15-ish range or so, if that. But it's got a little shine on him coming from that comeback win. And so why not? And then you do that at the White House, right? Like you said, I get, you know what I mean? They both want to fight there. We both know that they both like Trump and were Trump's friends or whatever. That puts them right there.
I still don't buy it though. I don't think because he was talking about like wanting to fight Strickland or Izzy. Like when he was referencing going up to 185.
Those guys would eat him up. They would eat him up.
I just I think the Bo Nickel is like perfect for him to get his foot in the door. But
I just don't think he wins a fight at 185. I just don't. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think he's too small for the weight class.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I could totally see that. The thing is just knowing coming from wrestling and stuff like that, he's kind of used to like the weight fluctuation. But
Yeah.
I would agree. I wouldn't favor him in too many. Like for if he fought like Fluffy Hernandez, like forget about it.
Yeah.
Fluffy, I think would work him. But
Yeah.
it was kind of from Ben, I was expecting nothing out of Kobe, of like future stuff. He kind of like planted the seed to make it be like, well, why not do that fight? But it just seems too easy for him to kind of comply, which is why I just don't really see it. But I hope they do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't care. Just because Kobe can get his ass beaten, we can just forget about him for life. We were talking about the stupid IG announcement, like what Dana looked like with the Kayla Harrison stuff, but we didn't really talk about the announcement itself. And I'm with you, Bobby. I think I thought about this and actually put out a short about it this morning. It was like the UFC probably does like they give two shits less than any organization or like fighting league, any league, right? Like their promotion, like the NFL, like they have every team go on Twitter and release these cool fucking like schedule releases, right? Like they put a lot of effort into like hyping us up and checking it out. The UFC does none of that. They literally do what Dana just does, what I do almost every morning, and that's just fucking pick up the phone, look into it, and say some shit and fucking go, right? Like, there's no effort. Like, I thought about this, like, if you want to get subscribers to like to Paramount Plus, be like, hey, sign up to Paramount Plus right now at 8:00. Check out our new trailer for this fight that we're about to announce. You know what I mean? Like exclusively on Paramount Plus. Like do something like that. Get people to subscribe, and then they're tuning into the trailer for the two fighters, right? That they're about to announce for their next fight. Like, get creative and do something fucking cool with the shit. But the announcement, was Izzy, the return of the last style bender, Izzy, and out of all people, Joe Pyfer. And let it be said, let it be known, take notice, kids, like Izzy's doing it kind of the right way for a veteran on the back end of his career, not shitting and shitting on a spotting on a squat. He's fighting. He's doing the opposite of Colby. Like, he's willing to fight these younger legends, these kids coming up, right? Like, he just fought Imanov. Now he's fighting Joe fucking Pyfer. Like, the fucking Joe Pyfer's barely fucking ranked. You know what I mean? Ranked. And he's fighting Izzy, like, all fucking people. So let him. I like this fight as far as the matchmaking. And this shows like Kamaru Usman, fight the fucking younger guys. You know what I mean? Like, go ahead. Don't just sit there and fucking wait. Like, do what Izzy's doing and give these kids a chance. Go ahead, Bobby.
I think it also slowly hinted that the rankings are literally going to mean nothing when it comes to the matchmaking, because Izzy's like 6 and I think Piper's 15.
Yeah.
And someone like me, I really don't have a problem with it at all. I think the matchup makes perfect sense. So I'm not really getting tripped out by the number at all. But there are some kind of purists that are still going off this is clear, because they've been doing this since the end of time. You build off your old star. I mean, hell, they did this with Izzy when he fought Anderson Silva.
Yeah.
And it was
you build the name. You build a young guy coming up, and you put him in the rest. It's like in wrestling, right? The old guy puts the younger guy over. You know what I mean? That's what they're trying to do, to give him the rub.
Yeah, and it's I think Izzy would kind of be built like that either way, but especially when you look at Silva and kind of the era that Izzy grew up in, that is just kind of how it went. So it is refreshing to see that say what you want about Izzy, whether you like him or not, you got to respect him for taking these fights, because it could just be, another Kobe or Usman situation where they're squatting on a podcast and hoping they can rely on their manager to get him a title fight. And Izzy's already made it very clear that he's not really focused on the belt. I think he just wants to get another victory. And style-wise, I think this makes a lot of sense. Like,
Same.
I rewatched Imavov Izzy in preparation.
Izzy looked good in that fight. He was looking good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until he got caught. And I think that'll kind of be the same play out for this fight with Pyfer. Like, he's going to be kind of live to catch him.
Izzy opening up as a dog on the card on it.
Yeah, he opened up as a dog, but I see it already kind of went back to even money. Like, the value was like instantly taken out of it. And I was glad to see Pyfer kind of point out that he was just hunting for the kill against the his last performance, and especially against like Kelvin. That one was a little bizarre. So I know he kind of rubs you the wrong way here and there, but I do think the UFC it is clear they're kind of still in the B. Joe Pyfer business.
Yeah, they are. He's a guy that they like. You can tell. Like, even when he loses, like, he's always kind of like, he's always in these high profile spots.
Yeah, I kind of just wish, especially when you saw what you got with the announcement and with it being Adesanya, like, just let him announce it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you know me, I don't watch the IG. I just wait for Marcel to post.
Me too. I'm not watching the IG, but but I'm just saying.
The main reason I went to check that video is just at the time I thought that announcement by itself was just a little bit bizarre. If it was just a Marcel post, it would have been like, fuck yeah, awesome. And but then like when you see what Izzy did in his promo to not only kind of hype up that he's coming back, but also showing like Joe Pyfer highlights, he's legit. We're like working as his own promoter.
Yeah. It's they just don't fucking care, and it's like you guys might be the only people that don't care about shit like that. Like I said, the NFL, every team puts out their social media puts out a schedule release. You know what I mean? It's
at the same time the main difference is the NFL is pouring millions and millions of dollars. You can probably even use the B word to promote their product. And the UFC for years has been getting by on what works, which has always been minimal.
Yeah. But even in like boxing though, right? Like they put out like cool promos and like just way better fighting announcements than the UFC. Like, I just they're getting money because Paramount has paid all this fucking money to them. Like, and we're still getting the same old shit,
Yeah. And I don't know if it was pre-recorded or what, but what you really do have a case for is how excited Dana was when he was talking about the meta.
Oh yeah, the Metaplex. Yeah,
and like at least there you had a little bit of passion, but
that's because he probably made fucking shit ton of money.
well, last week, I said what I really feel like they're angling at is they're gonna tell me how big what they're doing is, but they're not really gonna show me. And that's exactly what the meta announcement felt like.
Yeah, no doubt. The other fight on that card was Alexa Grasso that he announced was Alexa Grasso versus Macy Barber. So
which we already knew about.
Yeah. Which that'll be held in Seattle, March 28th, day after my birthday, no less. So
they gave you a. And I believe too. Speaking of announcements, the PFL is also that same day.
That's right.
Brian battle.
Yeah, that might be the most entertaining PFL fight of the year.
I mean, I like what they're doing with they re-signed Evelyn. They're bringing it. Brian Battle's kind of pointing out like he hasn't even need a fight in the PFL, and they can get him main card status.
Yeah.
So. And a big win that it's on ESPN too, and not that ESPN Unlimited bullshit.
Yeah.
It's almost going to be weird that linear-wise, like ESPN is actually going to be going up against Paramount with MMA, and I don't know, like, because we don't really know how long ESPN is going to be around for the MMA business, but we'll see how many more of. Because I wonder if it being on ESPN2 like that, if that came down to their decision of trying to get more eyes on it, knowing there'd be a UFC, or if it was just pure coincidence. Like, I don't think Dana announced it to step on PFL or anything like that. The date was already booked.
No, a king don't mind himself with peasants. You know what I mean? So, like, they just not going to do that.
They're
not. This ain't the Monday Night Wars, of the Attitude Era in wrestling. Like, one company's way up here, the other company's way down here.
Yeah, I'm just glad they're going to Pittsburgh, so it's a market the UFC's left untapped. They only go to Philly, really. So, get an American show in there on linear television, if you're judging the videos, not the announcement, but John Martin had way more passion than Dana White.
Oh yeah. 1,001%. That's pretty much all the news and notes we got, huh, Bob? You got anything else?
Well, thank you for not bringing up the fucking Paulo fight.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was trying to. Yeah, Paulo Costa's moving up to 185 or 205.
Yeah, I feel like we should just talk about it, like if it actually happens or not.
Yeah, I mean, allegedly.
That announcement is what really made like the announcement for the announcement. That was where I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me that you actually made an announcement and that, oh yeah, Paulo Costa, is going up to 205. Like, nobody cares. Like, it's great. You got another fight.
I am glad my guy RoboCop is going to step in at 185 and fight Hernan Fiera.
Yeah, I credit to RoboCop for stepping up.
That's going to be a banger.
Yeah, no, that I had no problem saying that is going to be a lot better than the original fight that was on the books. So we lucked out there. And I mean, a lot of people are saying that Paulo is probably going to get chinned too. So that, they didn't give him any like welcome to 205. They gave him a very hard fight. Wouldn't shock me if they told him to do this fight, but who knows? And as far as other stuff, I mentioned if anyone is in the need and can't wait another 10 days for some MMA, LFA is doing an event on Friday on I think it's Vice TV. That's what Dark Side of the Ring's on, right? Vice?
Yep. Yeah. Vice, yeah.
So a very kind of cool thing to have them be on linear television. I mean, you're not really getting these TV deals just handed out. So, I'm looking forward to kind of checking that out and seeing what else is like how it's going to look like production wise and stuff. So that'll probably pique my attention there for Friday. But, if people are in some dire need of some combat, support LFA's first show on Vice TV on Friday.
Yeah. And support us next Wednesday as we're going to cover UFC 324. We'll preview that next Wednesday night, 8 o'clock Central, 9 Eastern. And how about Sean O'Malley? Did you see that video? He was super excited that he's now the co-main. He's back, he said.
Yeah, and how many fights are officially on this card?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 fights.
13. Okay.
Damn, this I just realized how much the card, I mean, while it lost Nunez and Harrison,
the card will be just fine. Let's say that.
Yeah, like this fucking card, like you got the second fight off, you got Ricky Tiros fighting in this. That Josh Hokett makes his return. Remember, he cut that fucking promo. Michael Johnson versus Alex Hernandez, old man Michael Johnson. Our guy Energy versus Alex Perez on the card.
Very excited for that fight. Was also happy to see him get an interview on Ariel. He's just it's kind of ironic because he knocked out Joshua Van, but he's just like Joshua Van, like someone I will always root for. Just great attitude, down to earth guy, and I'm glad they finally gave him a respectable name. But yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We'll map out, but I definitely want to break down more than just the main card because there's some juicy fucking fights.
Oh yeah.
And this was what's kind of been driving me nuts about everything else that has been announced, because you can really tell that this one was made with effort and consideration,
Yeah.
where a lot of the rest have really feel like, hey, we're slapping them together and figuring everything out till June. Sort of thing. But I mean, we'll get into that more next week. But
the first of the half of the years, this card's going to be really good. The rest is going to suck, and then after June, it's going to get good again.
Yeah,
like after July. Yeah.
I mean, we'll see. I know a lot of people thought yesterday's announcement was going to be like Pereira and gone. People still think that's fairly live. So you are kind of wondering what they are going to be making down the line. You can't figure it. I saw Joshua Van tweeting at Manel Kite, so I don't know if maybe they offered that pre-June. Really hoping the Pantoja one gets made, but we're eating really well next week. But then we're kind of going to see going out from there.
Yeah, we're gonna get shit sandwiches. You got a team Gadier, Umar versus Figgy's on this card.
That I hope that gets elevated to the main card. It really, I don't know why it wasn't on the main card in the first place, but that one should be. That's one of my
like Silva, Arnold Allen versus Jan Silva. The card is stacked, man. It's stacked. Yeah. We'll be all right.
And you don't have to pay $80 for it, too.
Right.
Because this is if this was on ESPN Plus, we would probably be like giving this card of the year nod as far as like how they built the undercard and stuff.
Right. We'll talk about it all. USC at 324 next week, 8:00 Central, 9 Eastern. It's been a incredible show. Thanks. Shout out to Iron Mike Chandler for joining us tonight as well. For my guy,
see you at the top.
Yeah, see you at the top, Mike. For my guy Bobby Blunt, I'm Bodkins. Y'all have a great weekend, and we'll be right back here 8:00 Central, 9 Eastern next week. See you then, baby.
Thanks so much for joining us, and until next time, let's talk sport, friends. Thanks for watching.